This week is Rastafari week, as Rastas celebrate the birthday of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia this Saturday, July 23, 2022. In this video, we will share some words from some well-known Rastas. Just like any other group of people, there are differences in opinions. Some Rastas just see themselves as a Rasta, while others are members of one of the four main houses of Rastafari, which is Nyabingi, 12 tribes of Israel, Bobo Shanti, and Ethiopian Orthodox. One love.
Why did your songs change a little bit? To me, your songs changed from ghetto music early on to African music now. I think your last album, Survival, was an African album.
Well, wherever there is oppression and suffering people, the masses of the people, wherever it's called the ghetto. As you know, Africa is a mass of people that go through international oppression, you know. So it's ghetto music all the way. But, you know, it's for everyone, not for anyone special. This message is for everyone. Or even if the people in the West see the justice that should be handed down to the people in Africa, then all the justice come, whoever he is, then justice is justice, you know, and music don't change.
In your songs you often refer to the Bible, but many of the young people who are coming to your concert don't believe in the Bible anymore.
Because the way they've been taught about the Bible, that is not the way of the Bible. You know what I mean? Because if I was living in that world where the everyday interpretation of the Bible go on, then I would have eaten the Bible too. But now that we have found the right way of the Bible, then the Bible is to be loved, because the Bible is a record of man's creation. It's the only book it's the only book can show you where mankind began without any prejudice or anything like that, any boastiness, pride or anything. It just have how it go, and that's it. Well, all the Christian people, not even the Christian, all the people who go to churches interpret the Bible and the preachers them. That is not the right way. Because the greatest thing is that life. See? It's life. Life I deal with. If the preacher read the Bible and tell you that you have to die to go to heaven, then he's not reading the Bible. Because the Bible tells you you have to live in a heaven. You don't die and go to heaven. You have to live in heaven. You know, a lot of places on earth could be. But Africa is our heaven. Because that's where we come from. You know, maybe if it's a Swiss, maybe if you're from Switzerland and the people know God, then maybe you could live in peace, unity, harmony, you know. But, you know, people are stubborn on this earth because of material vanity.
How big is the influence of the Rasta communities in Jamaican culture and politics today, and perhaps you can give some examples.
Well, you know, as Rasta, we're dealing with not politics, but our own tradition from creation, from the root of mankind. So we as Rasta now, we return to our roots, which is God. You know, so, and as you know, politics divide and rule. Politics don't show people God. Politics tell you that somebody can do something fair. You know, what we know is God that do everything. So the best man to deal with is God. When you deal with God, you don't deal with politics, because politics divide and rule.
You fight now for many, many years.
Huh?
You fight now for
we got millions of years
yeah.
to live after the fight over, man. Because the greatest thing is to fight for life.
I concentrate on music, and I concentrate on Jah, Rastafari. Before this is over, I want to let the people how you feel about Haile Selassie, how I feel about him. I feel very spiritually energetic about him. And I know that all energies come from him through I. And I also know that he is the reality of the Western God fantasy. See, reality is the fantasy, yes because I know for every fantasy there is a reality. And I have investigated and explored and found out that he is. So that's why I have a song named Rastafari is. And when you say Haile, you speak of the power. When you say Selassie, you speak of the Trinity. See? When you say Ras, you speak of the head. And when you say Tafari, you speak of the creator of life. Irene.
Repatriation and reparation. Speech from His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First, conquering lion of the tribes of Judah. Rastafari, might and power of all Irish. The basis of racial discrimination and colonialism has been economic, and it is with economic weapons that these evils have been and can be overcome. Racial discrimination, by the nature of its aftermath, like a sleeping volcano, is capable of erupting anytime. Racial discrimination means the negation of the moral equality of all men and the deprivation of the African of his dignity and personality. We can never rest content with our achievement so long as men assert on racial grounds their superiority over the least of our brothers. Racial discrimination continues a negation of the spiritual and psychological equality which we have fought to achieve, and the denial of the personality and dignity which we have struggled to establish for ourselves as Africans. Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, Rastafari. Until there are no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation. Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race. Until that day, the dream of lasting peace and world citizenship and the rule of international morality will remain but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. Until bigotry, prejudice, and malicious inhuman self-interest have been replaced by understanding and tolerance and goodwill. Until all Africans stand and speak as free beings, equal in the eyes of all men, as they are in the eyes of Zion. Until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight if we find it necessary. And we know that we shall win, as we are confident in the victory. Good over evil. Glory be unto sound. Glory be unto power. Glory be unto the true and living Creator. Emperor Haile Selassie.
Play something now, right? It's time to come off of your couch and lift up off of your divan for King Shango, the fireman, Capleton.
Equal rights and justice for all, rise and never fall. Boom, say what they gonna do, now find them the true. Say what they gonna do, them get slow, yeah. Oh, do you think you are with everything? Send it again. All of the people that say good over evil. All who say life over death. All who say money over war. Most everybody away about the crosses. Everybody sing me song. Yo. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. Small world. As wicked as you think you are. We're living in a small world. Small world. Bad as you think you are. We're living in a small world. Could I say what's in here? Global Reggae! That day we love Send it again! All I who about Babylon. More fire. Over there, son. Turn on the lights. Over there, son. Over there,
yeah.
Over there, son.
Oh, turn about. Oh, you feel say you love Jamaica and I only say you love Jamaica. You love Jamaica. No mining, no mining, no mining, no mining. You hear that? Yeah. No mining, we're out in the street. Yeah, man, the people, them a walk, people. Where 2 or 3 are gathered. I do the thing. We want changes for Jamaica. We are march against crime. We are march against violence. We are march against sellout. We are march against all of who. No mining. No mining.
No mining.
No mining. No mining. No mining. No mining.
No mining.
Look from a girl. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Black people business will come about here, you know. You think there's some bag of blood clot, shut up mouth thing. Oh, I'm telling you, man. You think that you because you don't kill out half of who Jamaican is, you can't kill out everything about Jamaica. Or somehow we have come. Me not do chatting with the blood clot system.
Good morning, Jamaica. And good morning to the world. All the while I'm telling you, say, today for me, tomorrow for you, and I laugh. For everyone when I see a post out there and I go and like say, when I ridicule and I forget Jamaica when I talk out phone and I talk out for all who out there can't talk for themselves because enough fun lock up behind closed door and because I'm so rich and someone have so much nice friends. I don't know how to feel inside, but I can't say it because I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome. Welcome the Rasta youths, original Chronixx representing, you don't know. East. I think it's just like how much planning we managed to do. And like, it's our only stop only for this run. But we have more shows in Africa for the rest of the year. Well, I mean Chronixx and Dada means what, sister? I don't know. It sounds good. Inspiration for my music, or for the music that we channel and the music that we sing, comes from everywhere and everything. I couldn't say it's from any specific place. It's life experiences, emotions, stories. Social commentary in the sense of things that people want to hear said through music, because music is not just about the artist, but the artist should somehow become a creator of ideas that represent how the people feel and what they're thinking, and because it's the only way people in Kenya can know how the people in Jamaica is feeling.
There was the trip to Africa,
and the people in Jamaica
his triumphant return set at Sing, and come Sunday, it's all about the Sing J in a cozy setting. A charity gig, only 300 tickets. There's Beanie and Bounty, Cartel and Movado, Buju of course. There's also Sizzla. The reclusive dancehall dynamo isn't always in a mood to talk, but this week he was, plus giving ER access to his Judgment Yard headquarters in August Town.
And TVJ, pleasant welcome, you know what I mean?
Well, I still sing about a lot of these issues, social commentary and stuff like those, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not just only that. I got to keep the clubs booming, I got to keep the cars in the street booming, so I make different songs, a little ragamuffin, a little intimate song. I try very best to maintain the culture. And presently what I'm doing now is that I've registered the Sizzla Youth Foundation. I think I should be giving back something to the youths of Jamaica, not to chase the fame and the fortune, but for the real cause, to help others to get to that level. Known to the fact that I've been out the limelight for quite some time, people just want to see Sizzla, what new, the whole vibration. And even before that, Sizzla always have that fan base, that fan club, and have that magnitude of people that follow Sizzla. We can only do as much and say as much, and not because we become popular with the fame and the fortune doesn't mean that we should detour the nation as a lyricist out of the natural culture being embedded in them from that time. So as an icon, I think we can only do as much and say as much, and it doesn't really give the permission because you're an icon to go and street the nation, as in the fact that you're going to tell them to bleach, because we know the nation coming out of slavery. We've been through a lot of lynching. So when you as an icon come back and you're going to be a role model and you're going to say you bleach and stuff like that, I think it's an insult to the black nation. Cartel is a very good artist, you know what I mean, a very good friend of mine based upon the music industry and stuff like that, you know what I mean. And I do believe everyone have the right, they reserve the right to do what they want and say what they want, but as I say, you got to remember you're in the eyes of the public, so certain things you just got to curtail it. It was a vivid experience, known to the fact that we're in Jamaica and we came to the public in Jamaica, worldwide, and telling them about Africa. I think it was only right to go there to see what's happening. And I was invited by the Honorable President, Robert Mugabe, to do a 21st February movement and to celebrate their 30th independence, because they say Bob Marley came 30 years ago, started, did the independence for them, so they've been looking for Sizzla over 10 years now. The world always see what's wrong on the black man's side, and what the black man does is not really compatible to what the world is offering now. But you must know, Africa is a cradle for civilization. Everyone wants to loot and raid Africa, and whenever time you got someone standing up for that, they try to criticize them and say they're doing something bad. Not that we're going to support the president doing bad stuff. But as I said before, as a government, as a people, you must know what's right in defense of the nation.
We have to roll a butter show.
Let them know, Rasta.
We have to roll a butter show. I said a big fish roll a butter show. It a the hallelujah. Columbus roll a butter show.
It's a the hallelujah.
Papa Don roll a butter show. Whoa.
Hallelujah.
It a the Papa Dinky roll a butter show.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Big fish family.
The sun, shine like the star in the sky. Some hate, some love.
Yes, thing. I want to greet the item officially in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty, King Haile Selassie the first, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God, light of this world. Give thanks in those beautiful and divine name, Empress Menen the first, Haile Selassie the first. And without no further delay, I'm going to introduce Mutabaruka to the Mindset program. Blessed love, Muta.
Yeah, blessed man. Give thanks for having you know.
Yes, honorable. Great honor to have the hype on the program here today.
Our clarity is that Africa is where the art there. You know, but my art is not into struggling again. After at my age, I know, I forgot struggle again. You understand? I do enough things I know to help, educate, and return the people in mind to Africa and consciousness to Africa. That me now for really live in a condition where Babylon put we in and now we have to go in Africa again, go live the same kind of life. I don't know that.
to teach and comfort people. Because Jah put her here for do the work there. You know? And I man say myself and many others who deal with music the right way. As Moses and reggae music especially is the rod. See? I man say music is the rod and we are Moses. Leading God's children to the promised land.
shining so bright, it's growing. I know this love of mine, yes, it is showing. Yeah, just been tired. So long we've been together. Can't keep you to myself. Got to share you with another. Got to share you with someone else. It's growing. Love inside of me. Yes, it is showing. Shining so bright. It's growing. There's another light. Yes, it is showing. Just in time. Come on, my brothers and sisters. Let's not waste our time. We've got to move.
I see myself as a messenger of Jah. You know? Yes, I see myself as a messenger of Jah. I put through certain works in a musical form. I love all music. Reggae, funky, you name it. As long as when the vocal meets the instrument, no, the words of the vocalist is pure and true. I personally believe that some rhythms are instruments. Yeah, some instruments are innocent until the words are put to the instrument.
Let Jah be praised. Watch this, watch this. Nothing can divide us. Nothing separate us. Nothing can divide us. No one can stop me from loving you.
And we are not here right now to beat down or bash down or bash anything. You know what I mean? We're just asking a question. And that is all the question that I'm asking. Can you be Rastafari and Christian simultaneously? Or is it the same thing, knowing that the elders and some of the virgins who we see as forerunners and forefathers of the movement of Rastafari, then most of those virgins were dealing with the Bible and the teachings of the Bible. And we know the teachings of the Bible is mostly surrounded with Jesus Christ, then being the Savior, right? So most of the elders, that's their foundation, and they move away from that. They move away from that, seeing other things, new revelation, things start to reveal to them. They start to see different things that, like was being blocked from them. But probably opening up the book, the Bible, it opened up them third eye that them could have see past where, I don't know, where the Bible I say are, the Bible probably is a blueprint then in the direction where them forgot. And them, start to see things and understand things and, having the knowledge of things. Zane? Yeah. So we're not there for bash none. Zane, that is not what we're doing right here. It can't be anyway, because we're reading an article taken from the Gleaner. You see me? Yeah. You're reading an article taken from the Gleaner. And we go into the article. as me say, is the Virgin, Ras Michael. I think he's one of the first Virgin to, start a Rasta radio program on JBC at the time. You know what I mean? So, look at the squawk where I deal with right here. You know what I mean? As me say, is a legend. Rastaman, Rastafari. But this is what I have to say. Zane, this is what the article is saying. I am a Rastaman, Christian. So say the 79-year-old Nyabingi singer Ras Michael in a recent interview with the Gleaner, Large of the Gleaner. Michael's spiritual belief has come full circle, having grown up with his Christian mother converted to Rastafari in the 50s and now is professing to be a Rasta Christian. St. Mary born Ras Michael gained fame in the 1970s for Rasta conscious firebrand songs like New Name and Nona Jaja Children, which showcase traditional drumming.
Back in the early 50s and early 60s, you were playing a different type of music, where Lil Anthony and Imperial's Impressions, you were into that kind of suits and contour and everything. What were the major influences that sort of pulled you from that to the present spiritual and political state that you're in now? What are the major influences that sort of pulled you out of that into the present state you're in now?
Our roots got Rastafari, because when you check that road and thing, was just searching, you know what I mean? Come and start search and we find His Majesty. We deal with it like how we deal with it,
Okay, what's reggae and what is the woman's position in the Rastafarian movement? I mean, does she have input?
Woman is our mother. We all come from mothers, The woman, You understand that?
Yeah, but I was thinking about more in terms of...
But Judy there. This is Judy, the call Judy for me, I'm actually explain this part to the woman.
Okay, but until she comes, how about...
I understand what you're saying, but where that question come from, I don't understand where the question come from.
Sister Judy.
Hi, who's Rita?
She's a Rasta sister.
Okay, I'd like to ask you about the woman's position in the movement. I mean, do you have a lot of input, or do you feel like you're more domestic? Is that your input?
Well, in the beginning, the woman has always been the domestic one. She's the one that takes care of the children and takes care of her husband. But we find that we have talent and we have a work to do. So apart from taking care of children and taking care of the house, we have to fulfill that talent that God has given to us. Like us being on the road now, as sisters, we leave our children behind and it's fulfilling our talent.
Okay, thank you.
On the same subject of women.
How do you do to get happy to keep that sacred fire?
I stay grounded in my truth. I love what I do. I love the energy I get when I go on stage and I see that crowd and they're all ready to hear me sing and to perform, and that's my motivation.
Ok, donc elle, ce qui la pousse, ce qui la motive, c'est vraiment ce sentiment qu'elle ressent quand elle est sur scène, vraiment ce feu sacré qui l'anime. Vous serez donc en concert ce dimanche au Carbet. Qu'est-ce que vous nous préparez comme show? You will be on stage Sunday.
Yes, I will.
What kind of show will be?
Fire and energy is like a balance of the earth, air, and water. It's going to be a cool, nice, sweet balance of real reggae music live culture rocking Jamaican music, you know.
Ok, donc ce sera vraiment un feu d'artifice de musique jamaïcaine, ce sera en live. Concert ou showcase? Showcase, concert? Musician with you in live on
we
stage?
have a live band with us, so it's going to be definitely 100% live music. Yes.
Ok, ça va être très très chaud. Rendez-vous donc ce dimanche 26 du côté du Carbet. Restez à l'écoute d'énergie. On a d'autres invités qui vont arriver en mode de surprise.
Yes, my brother, you reach. All right, you're going on this something, you press the little something. Okay, you not press it yet. You see there's something right there, so beside comment, we have the plus sign and look like one, what you call it, camera. Jamar, press that. I'm a boss you. We've been waiting, the people been waiting, they nearly think it's untrue to telling. So yes, you get your 2 chalices, you get access to a wellness community, and you also get, all right, I'm going to pause with the gettings. Lift it up, let them see your face, young man.
Yo.
Yourself. How you doing, bro?
I am blessed. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good.
How are you? It is so good to see your face. What has it been?
Well,
Wow, a long time.
it has been a long time, man. Trust me.
About 3 years.
Yeah. No, man. Less than 3 years, man. Coming up 3 years.
Coming up 3 years.
Yeah, but less than 3.
Let's true. Almost there though. We give thanks.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not on a phone stand, so that's overstand. See it?
I have all fancy things, and I'm in Africa, and you're in the West, and you don't have a phone stand.
Well, I don't entertain any of those type of stereotypes as it relates to Africa. Africa is the future. You get me? Like Africa is the future, you know. Africa, anyone who living in Africa right now is blessed and fortunate, to be honest. So big up to you and the family, and you know what I mean, and all my family them in Africa. You know, it's my dream for forwarding soon, and also a plan as well, not just a dream, but also a plan. For no say, yo, whenever we start taking on the world again, Africa start at home, which is, you know, Jamaica and Africa. Yeah.
I feel like black people should develop themselves, you know, not necessarily then just develop yourself having a prejudice thing to it. It's just that we are people with our own history and culture. We can educate ourselves. I mean, we are the first creators. So we have to really, everything when you see on this earth here, is a black man make it. And I'm saying that the white man don't make some, but all wisdom come from the black man.
You know, a lot of young viewers look up to you and are going to want to hang on every word and every syllable. Do you have a message for young people?
Well, you know, the whole thing again is to really check out the truth of Rasta and don't make like follyism. Don't make it check it out. And don't get too busy that you can't check out the truth. Because the truth is there. And Africa awaits its creators. And we know that the people in the West, headwise, it's them ready, you know. It's them have to learn, come learn. What them learning in the West, them have to carry it home to them people. Make it be a benefit to the people. Because, I mean, how long must the black people suffer? And these are people, you know. And then we have our own culture. We have everything. We don't short anything. We have everything. Plus we have a land that no one is living there. And we must go home to it. And when you go home, you can build all of these big buildings if you want. I mean, if you miss a city, build a city. You know what I mean? If you want a car, you can get a car. I mean, I don't see the big thing. One time America was, you know what I mean, maybe used to have lots of all where I call it, all sort of thing I walk through. Africa is a peaceful place. Then we want to fool black people about a jungle and blah, blah, boom, boom.
Where have you been in Africa besides Ethiopia?
Zimbabwe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Gabon.
How did Zimbabwe strike you?
Well, you know, Zimbabwe nice, man. Zimbabwe really nice. I mean, you know, it's like a paradise in a place. You know, when you go in and see it. Beautiful.
How did the people react to you?
People's great. Yeah. People good. You know, them places when you go and you see how the people and how the land set up, you see people living. You see a man having a mouse on a nice piece and then the whole thing about it, the climate, you can go out all the while. You know what I mean? The climate nice outside. Yeah. If you want to look upon a few lions and things, you can walk and go. And if you want to see some things that man never make, but it look like somebody make it. That's all Zimbabwe too. Because I go in a place and I see some stone farm. But I know it's not the man make it, but the weight farm, you know, is higher than something.
Reggae music. Reggae music! Ooh, yeah. And I carry Buju deep down in my soul, and always hold my hand. Never let me go, oh yeah. I walk with you, Jah deep down in my soul. Always hold my hand in a Jah. Never let me go. I still walk with the Savior. Reggae music! Nairobi people, Jah love you. Remember that. Africa people, Jah love you. Oh, I walk with you, Jah, deep down in my soul, and always hold my hand, you know, Jah, never let me go, no. I walk with you, Jah, deep down in my soul, always hold my hand, you know, Jah, never let me. I still walk with the Savior, each and everywhere that I go, still not left out the coastline. I not left out the coastline. I still walk out here with the Savior, each and everywhere that I go, still not left in Tafari now. I not left out the most I here's my hand, Jah. Could you walk with me? Oh yeah, I'm alone, no Jah. And could you talk with me every day? You are the reason me not in a them again. And you give me peace, now me heart all when me get rich and I'm 3 body girl. Big bad dog in a me heart. Still I walk out there with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go, still not left out the most. And I not left out the most. And I still I walk out, yeah. And each and everywhere that I go, still not left in the far I know, yeah. On my way to school, carry Jah with me. All in the classroom, oh yeah. Carry Jah in every lane and every crimson. Selassie, I see my fi me dan dada. From me a little bit of pitney one order. So all when me turn grandfather, still up. Still not left out the I not left out the I still a walk, oh yeah. Each and everywhere that I go, still not left in Tafari. Walk with me and talk with me, Jah. No matter how much I walk without Jah, yes I'm right. Walk with me and talk with me, yeah. Now I tell you clear power, down to the very last hour, I am still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go.
as Rastas celebrate the birthday of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I this Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. In this video, we will share some words from some well-known Rastas. Just like any other group of people, there are differences in opinions. Some Rastas just see themselves as a Rasta, while others are members of one of the four main houses of Rastafari, which is Nyabingi, 12 Tribes of Israel, Bobo Shanti, and Ethiopian Orthodox. One love.
L'empereur Haile Selassie, que l'on avait un peu oublié depuis 12 ans, revient au premier plan de l'actualité. Avec l'approbation des Nations Unies, l'Érythrée, placée depuis 7 ans sous le contrôle britannique, est rattachée à l'Empire éthiopien. Et c'est cette fusion que Haile Selassie confirme aujourd'hui. Tout est bien qui finit bien, doit penser le Négus.